Happy Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, April the 26th, 2022. I got ahead of myself. Started to tell you what the texts were. Anyway, today is Tuesday, April the 26th, 2022. Today's daily Bible readings come to us from Psalm 122, Esther 8, 1 through 17, and Revelation 2, 8 through 11. And I'm going to follow up with Revelation today since I looked at Revelation yesterday. The book of Revelation, as I've told you before, it's Revelation, not Revelations. And going to talk about conquerors and conquering. So yeah, we like to think about conquerors as like the big muscular superhero type, and it comes in and kicks butt, takes names, all that stuff. That kind of conquering. Victorious in battle and lays waste to everybody else. But here we have a word to a suffering church about what conquering looks like that doesn't really jive with what we would like to think of ourselves if we are going to be conquerors, what kind of conquerors we would like to be. So remember yesterday I talked about what apocalyptic literature is about and what the focus is. It's, following up on yesterday, apocalyptic literature is instructional, it's encouragement, and specifically for the persecuted, right? For the faithful. It's words of comfort, like specifically in our case, words of comfort from the resurrected Christ. A resurrected Christ, not some weak conquered Christ, as in little M Messiah, the people who were at power, the people who crucified Jesus, who thought they had done. They thought they had just taken care of another little person who had pretended to have power. And no, this is not that kind of Christ. This is a resurrected Christ. This is the resurrected Christ, the one, as we saw yesterday, who holds the keys to death and Hades, giving words of encouragement to a church that is undergoing persecutions from the same kind of people who have power, don't want to give up power, and will do whatever they have to because they don't want to yield authority to God. They don't want to acknowledge his authority. They just want to have their own. They want to be the conquerors, and they think they are the conquerors. So now, yesterday the word was him introducing himself to John, right, in the midst of John's persecution. And now he is turning his attention to a specific congregation and sending this word to John to them through John. But he's turning his attention to the congregation of Smyrna, who is a suffering church and who he warns is about to undergo more suffering. But he calls them to be faithful even to the point of death. And then he says, because those who conquer, right? The promise being that if they conquer death, if they conquer their foes by being faithful to him, even up to the point of Christ, he says, then you will be conquerors, you will wear the crown, and you will not suffer the second death. So what is that all about? Well, it's the promise to even to show faith, even up to death, to the point of death, and be conquerors, is then to share and avoid the second death, is to share in his own resurrection. That's the promise of a shared resurrection. This glorious resurrected Christ who took everything that the world could dish out, all the people, the same world that's persecuting them, is the one that put him to death to try to silence him and because they just didn't, hate God that much. This same glorious resurrected Christ who took everything that the world could dish out, he who won the keys to the kingdom, promises to share that resurrection, that crown, with those who have faith. That's the overall message of Revelation. For all its purported mysteries, that's really the point of the book. Be faithful to Christ. Anyway, that's the DBR. Get out and enjoy the day, and we'll be back tomorrow. Talk to you later. Boop.